Welcome back. In our previous video, we took a look at finding the volume of prisms, rectangular prisms and triangular prisms. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the volume of pyramids. This is 8th grade IXL lesson T8. What is a pyramid? A pyramid is a 3D shape with 4 or more sides. It only has one base and several triangular faces. Volume has a label to the third power. That's a pyramid. This is a pyramid, and this is a pyramid. What is a square pyramid? If you noticed, a square pyramid is a 3D shape with 5 sides. It only has one base at the bottom and 4 congruent triangular faces. Volume has a label to the third power. What is a triangular pyramid? A triangular pyramid is a 3D shape with 4 sides. It has one base, capital B, base, and 3 triangular faces. Volume has a label to the third power. That is a triangular pyramid. How do you solve for the volume of a square pyramid? Step number 1, write the formula for the volume of a square pyramid. V equals base times width times height divided by 3. V for volume. And then that formula, base times width times height, should sound familiar to you because in our previous video we talked about base times width times height being the volume of a prism. Here, we're going to divide it by 3 to turn it into a pyramid. Write the information underneath the corresponding letters for step 2. Step 3, solve for the volume of the pyramid. And step number 4, write the label on your final answer. Example number 1, find the total volume of the pyramid below. The base is 12 inches on all 4 sides with a center height of 25 inches. So we're going to write down the formula. Volume equals base times width times height divided by 3. They mentioned in the story that the base and the width were 12 inches. It's 12 inches on all 4 sides. The height is the center height going from the base at the bottom all the way to the apex at the top. We would multiply that all together, divide it by 3, and our calculator would give us an answer of 1,200. We put our label on that and call it 1,200 cubic inches. How do you find the volume of a pyramid when the base, capital B, base, is given? Step number 1, write the formula. V equals capital B, base, times height divided by 3. Step number 2, write the information under the corresponding letters. Step number 3, solve for the volume of the pyramid. And step number 4, write the label on your final answer. Find the volume of the figure below. It has a center height of 15 centimeters and a base, capital B, base of 54 centimeters. Let's write down the formula. Volume equals capital B, base, times height, divided by 3. The capital B base is 54. We're going to multiply it by the height, which is 15, and divide it by 3. Type that into your calculator, and you get an answer of 270. The volume of the pyramid is 270 cubic centimeters. Oh, yeah! How do you find the volume of a triangular pyramid? Step number 1, write the formula. V equals base times width times height divided by 6. Divided by 6, why? Well, because it's triangular means you would divide it by 2, and because it's a pyramid, you would divide by 3. So if you're going to end up dividing something by 2 and by 3, you actually could save some time by dividing it by 6. Step number 2, write the information under the corresponding letters. Step 3, solve for the volume of the pyramid. And step number 4, write the label on your final answer. Example number 3. Find the volume of the triangular pyramid below. The base is 2 feet. The width is 6 feet. And the height of the pyramid is 10 feet. Because it's a triangular pyramid, we're going to use the formula volume equals base times width times height divided by 6. V equals 2 times 6 times 10 divided by 6. V equals 120 divided by 6. And when you type that into your calculator, you would get 20 feet cubed. The volume of the pyramid is 20 cubic feet. Dab on 'em. How do you find the missing height of a pyramid when the volume is given? Step number 1, write the formula. Volume divided by base divided by width times 3 equals the height. This formula makes a lot of sense because the opposite of multiplying is dividing, and the opposite of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3. This will help us to find a missing side, or the missing height in this case. Step number 2, write the information underneath the corresponding letters. Step 3, solve for the height. And step number 4, write the label on your final answer. To the first power. Example number 4, our final example. Find the height of the pyramid below. If the volume is 720 cubic inches and the base is 12 inches on all 4 sides. So we write down the formula volume divided by base divided by width times 3 equals the height. The volume is 720, the base is 12, the width is also 12 because it's a square base. We multiply that by 3 because it's the opposite of dividing by 3. You type all of that into your calculator and you find that the pyramid has a height of 15 inches. Now that's lit. Why do we need to divide by 3 for pyramids? You need to divide by 3 because a prism, which we learned about yesterday, with the same dimensions can hold 3 times as much in capacity. The size of the volume decreases on a pyramid as it gets closer and closer and closer to the top, unlike rectangular prisms that are the same size from the top to the bottom. Oh, snap. And our math joke of the day, the teacher says volume is length times width times height. And the little girl in the corner says, well, what if somebody hits the mute button? That's a good question. I don't know. What would happen? You still have to solve it. That's what happens. Well, that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the joke. Hopefully you learned something new about pyramids. And our next video is going to be an 8th grade topic about volume of cylinders and cones. We'll see you then. See ya!